gosh, okay, hello, welcome back. It's a new year, it's 2026. We were just talking, we haven't done one of these in what feels like forever. So I missed you, I miss Zion, I miss our little workout sessions. These are fun for me. Today we've got leg day. Pretty much as I can train legs as often as I can, I'm doing that. So the last leg day I had was on Sunday, and I'm gonna go right back to it today. It's Tuesday because I don't feel too sore, and my biggest improvement, like we've talked about before, is glutes. So I'm gonna try to really hammer the glutes. If you haven't noticed the change of scenery, we're in a different gym. Still in Jacksonville, but super exciting surprise that I don't think anyone expected here. Zion included, me included, everyone in this gym was not expecting a new gym in 2026. So really, really cool. I'm so excited to show you guys all the equipment that they have and like future workout videos that we make too for like different muscle groups. Will be really fun. Today we'll hang out in like the leg equipment area, obviously, but just like really unique pieces that bodybuilders, powerlifters, any gym goer can benefit from. The chain, it's like a small Florida chain, I'm pretty sure. So I think they have 2 other locations in Florida, but they brought it up to Jacksonville. It's called Lift 365. So if you're ever in the area, check it out. It's a smaller space in like a little strip mall parking lot area, but I mean, they filled it out beautifully. Like there is no wasted space in here. State-of-the-art equipment, Arsenal, the Booty Builder, American Barbell, like all of the dream brands you could think of are here. Panada, that is like, when I saw Panada, I was like, done, sign me up. I don't care how much the membership costs, I'm going. So yeah, really, really cool. So this is like their whole cardio section. And then they've got their posing room back there, which is still under construction. They're doing something, so I haven't been able to pose here yet. Don't know how that lighting works and all of that, but we'll get there eventually. They actually do still have some workers in here getting stuff done, putting up lights. I think they're gonna even add some more equipment like coming soon, so that's really exciting. Just not expected for this year, but very, very motivating for this prep and the whole season, because day in, day out, when you're just training, dieting, prepping, checking your boxes, showing up to the same environment for months and years on end can get a little grueling. And I think that's where some people experience a little bit of that burnout, especially on prep when everything's just heightened. So it was just very refreshing, and it feels inspiring to be in a new place and play with new toys and challenge myself in different ways. So yeah, it'll be fun. Honestly, there's like pieces in here that I haven't tried yet, really had time to kind of look through everything. I've been training here for about a week now, so I'm pretty familiar, but I'm also still kind of getting my bearings. I think no matter how experienced you are in the gym and like as a lifter, I mean, there's still new equipment being invented and coming out, and so sometimes I walk up to something and I'm like, I have to like look at the little diagram because I don't know what this even does. Like they have so many levers and adjustments, and it's really tailored to your body specifically, so you have to really play with all those things. And sometimes the first couple weeks in a new gym can take you a little bit longer to get through your workout just because of that reason. Like you're just having to mess with everything for a couple extra minutes to get it to how it needs to fit you. So bear with me, that might happen a little bit today. There's a few leg pieces that I have yet to try, so we'll see what we're feeling like today. I've just been walking for almost 15 minutes now, so we're probably gonna move over to the turf and warm up a little bit, stretch, do some banded warm-up stuff that I'll show you guys. That's been working really good for me. Got myself a little pre-workout because sleep the past couple nights have been kind of crappy, but that's okay. So yeah, let's get into it. And cables. wild. I mean, super cool of them to even like allow us in here while this is happening. I feel like any other gym would be like, you need to wear a hard hat when you work out. Whew. So this is just a little like turf, multifunctional area, sleds, battle ropes, kettlebells, all that jazz. And again, I always come at like a random time, middle of the afternoon. So typically most gyms aren't that busy. And because this one's new, they haven't, I don't think, reached like full capacity yet. I think a lot of people are still discovering it. But I've come in the evening times and it has gotten a little busier in the last few days. You know, there's just really not a gym like this in Jacksonville. So it's been the talk of the town for a lot of the gym community here in northern Florida. But yeah, I mean, absolutely genius for them to like reach this market of people, because this was very much needed. I was starting to feel that struggle and lose a little bit of my sparkle in the gym, if you will, just from doing the same things day in and day out. And a little tight in the hamstrings, but we'll see if we can just really isolate the glutes today. I was going to do my cardio before this, but I got wrapped up with some stuff this morning and didn't have time, so I'll probably do it either right after or even like come back later this evening and do cardio and pose or something. But I checked in today with my coach. He hasn't gotten back to me yet, but from my last check-in last week was kind of the first initial steps toward getting more serious about this prep. We are 15 weeks out from, 14 and a half. We'll call it 14 just to be a little more proactive, but 14 weeks away from my pro debut in Orlando. And now it's like, okay, let's start getting a little bit more serious. Let's talk about, you know, more of the specifics of dieting and like what's going on in my meal plan and supplementation and cardio and free meals. Like I've said, I think before, I've been having one free meal a week, but with the holidays and everything, I had my birthday, you know, everything is just like stacked back to back. So I did give myself a little bit more leeway to enjoy the holidays. So I was having like 2 free meals, 3 free meals a week. I was having alcohol, which obviously does not help. But I was just really enjoying myself because I knew that we're heading into this long season of prep and like multiple shows back to back, possibly going all the way through like October. So if we're thinking like first show April, last show October, it's a really long time to be dialed in. So I was like, you know what? Let me just take December to really enjoy. Let me allow myself these extra free meals within reason. I didn't go crazy. So he did increase cardio. So as of, you know, a week ago, I started doing 30 minutes times 5 days a week, whereas before it was 20 minutes times 4 days a week. So to some that might sound like a big jump, to others maybe not, but for me, not a big deal. Just like little incremental changes. And he was like, I know it might seem like a lot. He's like, but I promise this will be the only cardio bump for like the next foreseeable amount of time. I was like, I'm not worried about it. Like, in my eyes, after I've gone through bikini already and a bikini prep where I was doing, you know, 45 minutes fasted cardio first thing in the morning, and then coming back for a second session, another 45 minutes, so 90 minutes a day for 6 days a week. Hold on. Totally lost my train of thought. Yeah, 30 minutes, 5 days, not fasted on top of that. It's easy. So yes, as you can see, we're doing some banded stuff. These sweats are not gonna last very long, but I started with the band lower where it's harder. So I just like, boom, right out the gate, hit the glutes really hard. You don't even need to like sit down into that much of a squat. I'm kind of standing a little bit more upright, but started with the band lower, then moved it higher. So it's almost acting as a little bit of a drop set because obviously I can get further steps here. This is a little bit easier to do. The leverage, there's not as much leverage there, so. I only want to drink half of this because it's a lot of caffeine. Okay, so now we're gonna do the opposite of what we were doing. So I'm gonna start with the band high and work my way down to make it harder the more fatigued that I get as the sets go on. So starting on the easier level. Whew, okay, and then straight into the next set. We're just gonna move it right below the knees. So we go in like little tiers, stages. So a little bit harder, but not by much.
Music choice is insane.
Dude, I was thinking the same thing. I was like, of course. Of course.
Hey man, at least you're hitting legs and glutes today, man. So it's in the theme.
Okay. Little intermission for a break dance.
If you're not dancing through your workout,
what are you doing? What are you even doing? Okay, yeah. On the way back, then you're gonna feel it. All right, this is the hard part. You can tell my steps are getting that much shorter. That's all I can do. This band is pretty tight. It's a pretty difficult band. These are hard. I literally cannot with this song right now. It's like,
it's crazy.
come on, butt, grow. The universe is literally telling me, grow, little butt. Okay. Okay, the other band thing. Back up above your knees. This doesn't really work with those like silicone rubber bands. It works better with these clothed ones. And then I'm just gonna put my pants down for my knees. Whew. Guys, it's still burning. Help. So, we're doing like fire hydrant or like donkey kick type movements, but we're thinking explosive. So, all fours, tabletop position. And you're gonna extend one leg out. You should feel both glutes working. You've got the stabilized leg that's gonna feel the pull of the band, and then you got the leg that's doing the explosive movement. Okay, so right leg's going out. I'm gonna kick it up, squeeze it at the top, and lower down slow. Explode, lower slow. Explode, pausing at the top. Yeah. Yup. I think that was like 12, around there somewhere. Same thing, other side. It's getting hot. You can also drop down to your elbows too, if that's more comfortable. We're gonna stay on our hands, left leg back, squeeze, drop, squeeze, control. It was more like an ow. Yeah, if you don't feel that, let me know, because something's not right. Your glutes should be on fire. Okay, this is what we need though. This is the activation we need. Quick little water break. This is a warm up, so we're trying to go, go, go. We're going right back to those crab walks. Bang, bang, bang. Alcohol is just not good all the way around.
Yeah.
You know, because then it's like your recovery's not there, your sleep. You just like hold on to a little bit more of that fluff. But like, you know, birthday, Christmas, my family's like, oh, let's open this bottle of wine. My mom's like, let's make martinis. And I'm not gonna say no. I'm not. French 75s, you already know. We did do those. We did do lots of champagne. So, but like it's a good thing to get that out of your system, because now I'm just like, I'm good. Like I don't have that food noise and that urge to like want to really do that. So my last check-in last week, my coach was like, okay, like holidays are done, we're back in it. I'm like, absolutely, 100%. And then he was like, so we're gonna up cardio, and also I want you to, you know, skip the cheat meal this week. He's like, I know. And I was like, no, honestly, like I was kind of already expecting him to say that, and like I was kind of already gonna do that for myself, just because I felt like that's what my body needed. You know, it's like you get to a point in prepping and like when you've done so many preps and shows that instead of taking the free meal or the cheat or whatever just because you have it, it's more so like listen to your body. Do you actually need and want that free meal? Or are you pretty satisfied and in a good place with your meal plan and with your food to just like let it pass for a week and go a couple weeks before having another one? So when he said that, I was like, yeah, absolutely, that makes total sense. Like I'm here for it. And I think it helped me a lot because it just helped kind of clean me out, reset everything. I had plenty of food in my system from the holidays, and it just felt better overall this week. So I was fine skipping that. I did start my cycle over the weekend, so that obviously affects a lot of things and makes you hold on to water and just makes you feel inflamed, more fatigued. So the scale right now is technically at its heaviest for like off-season peak weight, I guess, because I've been pretty much maintaining 10 to 11 pounds over stage weight, which was my goal. Max, like absolute max 15, but I didn't really want to get quite up there. So right now I'm like 13 pounds above stage, but like I said, that is also due to just being on my cycle. So don't freak out when the scale goes up during that time of the month. It should be expected. Our bodies are going through it. Whew, okay. Warm up done. I'm scouting the leg equipment right now. Seems like a lot of people in this gym are actually hitting a leg day too. Feel good. Feel ready. I'll be honest, like, I think I've said it before, glutes are very hard for me to grow and to target. And so I do get in my head a lot about how small they are. And every time I check in, I'm like, they're not growing. And I'm just like super in my head about it. We're gonna start right here. But gotta be patient. That's what I tell my clients. I have to take my own advice too. And it'll all just come with time, consistency, eating. All right, we're gonna go weaker leg first. And this is a great example of one of the many machines that this gym has. It is a sliding reverse lunge. So no weight first, because just by holding onto the machine, we've already got some weight in there. So I'm really focusing here on keeping very light pressure in the back foot here. All my weight comes down over this front leg. Deep, deep stretch in the glute. And then we're pushing through that planted foot and just gliding the back leg. Back leg is not doing anything right here. Hi. Zion left us. I'm just gonna do a couple more. These are already like starting to burn. All right, we're gonna switch legs. All right, here we go. Strong leg. Usually takes a couple to get your bearings, get your form right. That's okay though, just settle into it. Probably not gonna add very much weight to this exercise in general because it's already pretty challenging. And if we go too heavy, my quads tend to recruit and take over the movement. And that's obviously what we are trying to avoid. I'm dead. I'm dead. I do need to give a proper shout out to my girl Courtney, who just competed 2 days ago on Sunday at the LA Fit Expo. There was two shows. There was a Saturday show and a Sunday show. The Sunday one that she did was a natural show. So drugs tested, she did the polygraph, all that good stuff. And that was just strategically us thinking, you know, she is natural. She would have a better shot in being competitive on a natural stage. So that's the decision we made. And she ended up taking home her first overall win for the bikini division, which was her third show ever. Freaking amazing. So proud of her. She had a hell of a prep, let me tell you. I posted a little bit more about it on my Instagram yesterday, just kind of highlighting some things in her prep and her background. And she did her first season last year. We did that together, but I actually took her on as a client halfway through her already working with another coach, and that fell apart for certain reasons, and we were friends prior. So when I saw her posting that she was in prep, I was super excited for her. And when she posted that she was pulling out of her show, I was like, oh hell no, we're gonna carry you to this finish line. Like, ever since I've known her, she's been wanting to compete, but has had to cancel shows for so many different reasons. So brought her to stage finally, ended up doing 2 shows somewhat back to back. And she did really good. She got a couple first places in a couple classes, but I believe in her height class, she came second. So she wasn't able to go up for the overall for the show. And this was a non-tested show. So coming out of that, she really struggled with her reverse, which, you know, is something that I try to talk about pretty often, whether it's for myself or for my athletes. The reverse is really, really difficult, and I think underestimated a lot of the time. Man. Okay, little break while I finish my story time. So she struggled pretty hard, and I feel comfortable sharing this because she's been really, really open about her experiences. She's posted a lot about it. She's doing her best basically to educate others as much as she can from her own experiences, and I really appreciate that. Super raw, super open about it, transparent, and just showing like the raw check-in photos that she has, and, you know, going into talking about depression post-show and all those things that athletes struggle with but just don't open up about. And this was basically her comeback season, so it was really cool to watch. Not to mention, you know, she closed it off by getting an overall win. So I know for her and for me, that was just massive for her mental and for her spirit and her motivation for the sport. So love you, Courtney. You did so good. So proud. Now she's heading into this next reverse. She knows what to do. She knows what to expect. So we're gonna be better, and that's what counts.
I knew that 3 more times again, I testify for you. I thought I liked you, that bitch I do it all. I won't cry, I'm scared. I'm not. Long as you joking, now it's for me. I ain't that.
Right, so we just finished the reverse lunges, but I showed these on my Instagram the other day. I was just kind of playing around with it last week, and I thought, you know what, I could use this for core. So we're gonna go into like a sliding pike up plank situation. So you're gonna come into a high plank. Woo, and all you're doing, sliding your legs up, using your core only, keeping your knees out of it. So knees stay in the same position. Slide, brace your core right here, and then boom, pull up. Nice and slow. It doesn't have to be quick up and down. So good. I've been really liking those every now and then, maybe even if it's just like once a week. I think we've talked about, like in our last workout video, I like to bring in some core movements here and there, sprinkle it in throughout the week in your training. Those kill. And those also get a lot of shoulder too, because you're holding that plank position. But just to help activate the deeper core to help you brace through your movements later on in your workout, especially with legs when you're lifting heavier weight. Okay, we're gonna do one of my favorite leg press variations. My old gym in California had one of these, and ever since I left California, I've been missing it. And so when I found this gym and I saw that they had one, I got so excited because I really, really miss this. Because, like I've said, always trying to target the glutes first, quads last. And this is just one of those setups where I feel it targeting more in the posterior of my legs versus the quads. So every one of these machines has this little lock lever right here, so you just push it forward or down, however it works, and then walk the feet up, and then just get right into it. Whew. Okay, I'm just doing a few, and then because there's no weight on yet, I'm gonna just take advantage and do, hip. You know when it gets like stuck sometimes? Is that just a me problem? Just a few on each side. I will say, I think for the purpose of today, I'm gonna stick to doing single leg, but we will add weight. But with the single leg on this press, I do get even more glute recruitment. So we're gonna run with it. This leg is just our little backup safety. So I'm just lightly pushing my toes into the platform. If I start my working leg, it feels like it starts, I can't even talk. It feels like it's starting to fail, is what I'm trying to say. Perfect. So we've got the legs used to the movement. We're gonna start throwing on some weight, getting a little serious. My coach did get back to me during this workout with my check-in. So because my weight hadn't changed from last week, it's been pretty steady in that 123 range, which is that 13 pound above stage weight range. He did make adjustments to my meal plan, but very slight, very, very minimal, moving food down just a little bit. So no need to panic. It's gonna be okay. We're gonna add, we're gonna add a 25 on each side, staying with single leg, but we're pretty much just gonna see how heavy we can go single leg. So we'll start here, see what that feels like. But yeah, he was basically like, we're gonna see what adjusting food slightly plus finishing out my cycle this week, we'll see what that does for us. Him and I are predicting that even that slight little adjustment will help move the needle in the right direction and start to get things to tighten up a little bit more, just because, you know, we are 14 weeks. So it's really time to just kind of kick it into gear and start getting some results. So maybe the next time we film, I'll be a little bit more snatched. Okay, dying, but we move on. We continue. We're gonna throw in an abduction movement, and we're gonna superset it with this really crazy like standing hip thrust situation instead of doing like your traditional hip thrust. And that's pretty much how we're gonna finish the workout off. So back and forth, different from your traditional abduction because we're not seated. So you're kind of like holding a squat as you go into the movement. And then this one's really cool as well. So again, actually we are gonna add weight. I lied. I was about to just hop right on and get to it, but we're just gonna throw on some 10s. Whew. Shaking after that leg press. I haven't done like single leg press in a little while, so it was kind of nice to throw that in. So coming down into a squat, squeezing the glutes out, and when you come back in, if you come up a little bit, that's okay. Kind of helps keep your quads out of it. So I like to kind of just move with the machine. This is pretty light, so we'll add the next set and then we'll start our working sets. And really use this machine too to kind of let your weight fall back because then you're not supporting all your body weight doing the motion and bringing in your quads to stand. You're pulling on the machine to allow your quads to essentially relax, right? And then it's just all glute. And now it's really starting to burn. Ooh, yeah, okay. We will add a little bit more to that, even though by the end I was cooking. Okay, this guy. This pad is gonna be for your calves. I almost said quads. For your calves. We're sitting down. You're gonna move this lever out of the way so you can get the pads to rest on your thighs. And then even the pads you can move further away from you, closer to you. These booty builder brands are amazing. So good if you have access to them. They're just designed like so well, and like so buttery smooth when you use them too. It just works really well with your body's natural biomechanics. Everything just makes sense as one cohesive movement. So again, using the handles to help guide me upwards. That way, I'm not using my quads again to stand up. I'm just using my glutes to come up from the chair and then squeeze forward all the way into an upright standing position. And even without weight, you still feel the glutes working. Okay, that's just the warm-up set. So let's go ahead and add our working weight on. I think I'm gonna do a 25 on each side of this. The awkward part is getting off. The first Fit Model Pro show is only like 7 weeks away, which sounds insane. It's the one that's all the way out in Japan. I'm really hoping that they live stream it because I'll definitely be up at whatever time in the night watching. Okay, that is a wrap for today's leg workout. Well, glute workout, essentially. I am now gonna move on to some cardio. I saved it for after my workout, which is probably smartest. That way I wasn't totally gassed for all these movements, but feel good. Feel like my glutes definitely got their butt kicked. The muscle fell off the bone and left the building. So that's what we want. We'll see how these food changes feel the next few days now that my coach dropped it just a little bit, but I shouldn't feel it too much, to be honest, and things will start to calm down post-cycle, and we're just gonna keep cruising. 14 weeks out, so next time we film a workout, we'll be just one step closer, and yeah, it's going by really fast, so got to keep up the pace and keep things moving along, keep up the intensity with workouts and cardio as long as I can. That's what really matters the most at the end of the day. And as soon as that posing room is open, I'll get in there and practice some posing in the new studio, which is exciting. But after this, cardio, groceries, and that's a wrap for today. Thank you guys for watching, and as always, if you have any questions, comments, hey Nikki, please leave them in the comment section. Thank you so much. Mwah.